Couples can do everything right. They go to the premarital counseling, they do the workbooks, the assessment, get the blessing from the pastor. And then to get married 8 months into the marriage, they looking up inside each other's head, wondering, who is this person? You know anybody?
Man, listen, I knew some people that were high school sweethearts. They had that young love. They had puppy love, young love, and it's supposedly love. And after the marriage, that thing went bananas. And you would have thought because they had been together so long that they would know how to love each other, know what it took to be in a relationship together. But it looks like ultimately one has nothing to do with the other, because after 8 months, it was you pick a side, because we fighting on this side and you fighting on that side. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. It really is.
And if you ask them, they'll say, yeah, we prepared for everything.
Went through counseling and everything.
Prepared for everything except what actually happened to them. They did everything right. So we want to know what happened. Don't go anywhere. What's going on, good people? Welcome back to Man Talk Mondays. I'm Derrick, the thought engineer, here with my man, comedian John Yoggi. How you feeling, man?
What up, good people?
Good people.
Let's do this.
Before we get going, I want to let you know, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. The trifecta, do all that good stuff.
And while you're doing that, cut my legs off and call me short. Let's go.
So tonight we're talking about marriage is a death, and nobody prepared me for the funeral. You know, a lot of times, it's a good idea. You want to do your premarital counseling before you get married.
I even had some people that didn't want to do it, and I didn't want to marry them because I was like, if you not gonna go to premarital, I don't want that 0-1 on my book.
You said, so the pastor keeps a scorecard. How many they got stayed together?
I was like, no. I want it because you almost know if they don't go to marriage counseling, you already know they doomed.
Yeah.
So it is crazy because it would appear even if they go, it still doesn't guarantee a healthy and happy marriage.
Right. So we starting to believe maybe premarital counseling maybe don't work. You look at it and the stuff you actually sit and you talk to the pastor, the counselor, whoever you're talking to, and you supposed to be getting ready. But it never fails. Once you get in, you got all this stuff that's just kind of floating around. That's a problem.
Well, you know, I think you're supposed to be unpacking. You're supposed to get to marriage counseling and be unpacking issues and problems or things that may cause the marriage to hit a snag. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure that we are using marriage counseling and getting out of it all that we should be getting out of it. Maybe we just taking what they call it when you just skim through the notes and take the quick courses. Maybe we're not getting all out of it that we should be getting out of it.
Do you feel like maybe it's a lot of fluff in premarital counseling?
What? It's a pillow.
You said it's a pillow.
It's a whole pillow. It's about fluff. Well, one way you can tell you in trouble if it's like 2 to 3 weeks.
Oh, so
they got to put a length on. Listen,
okay,
they need to put a
quick.
What? All I'm saying is giving it the time that it's due. I need to get to know you, and you know, like we talked about previously, man.
Yeah,
I want you to bring your mom and them and your dad and them.
You need the family,
because that's who you marrying. You're not just marrying her; you marrying the family. You gonna have to deal with mom and them sooner than later. So
we treat it just like a formality, basically.
Absolutely.
We premarital counseling, engaged, all this time.
We treat it like it's something that we got to go do after we get the marriage license. Oh, we got to go talk to a preacher after marriage license, and then he say, "Well, you know, you gonna have to cleave and leave."
Right. Hit you with the descriptions.
Description. I ain't like, yeah. And everybody say, "Well, you know, you got to do some work," and everybody look at each other and say, "Yeah, I'm willing to do the work." And I'm willing to do the work, and go on and ain't no work being done.
Everybody's agreeable and all this type of stuff.
Because we're trying to get to, there's a destination,
the wedding,
that we're trying to reach.
Right.
And I don't want this
to
be a speed bump, a detour sign, or a stop sign on my way to the wedding.
On the way to the wedding. I remember, now, me and my wife, we did premarital counseling with my father-in-law because he was, of course, our pastor at the time.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, now I give it to him. He was pretty much objective. He was objective, even though that was his daughter.
Mm-hmm. He really tell you, did he say, now you know, she's like a mom. Did he give you
not in counseling. Not in counseling.
Okay. Right.
I mean, I got it other place, but not in counseling.
I'm not saying that that's bad. I just simply said, did he say? Because one of the things when it came to Janae, I was like, hey, listen. Janae, you know, Janae is rah-rah.
Mm-hmm.
And if you rah-rah, y'all ain't gonna.
Your daughter, Janae,
yeah. Somebody got to be monotone because Janae is somebody has to be calm.
So as a father, you took it upon yourself to go ahead and.
I'm trying to help him.
You trying to help him.
This was his story.
You prepping him.
I don't know if nobody told you, but she is. That's who she is. That's who I am. That's who she is.
Okay.
He was like, no. I'm calm. I understand. I know. I'm like, all right. So sign right here that I done told you. Sign right here. I done told you. So sign there.
And I tell people all the time, there's a difference in theory and practice. And I think we get in premarital counseling. It's a bunch of information, and I don't know if it's rigorous enough. Now you got some churches have boot camps and all of that, but people still, are you really gonna get the real? Is the premarital counselor really getting to the nitty gritty of?
I remember the pastor one time told a couple, he said, hey, now I need y'all to abstain. I remember some friends of ours having the same conversation. Mm-hmm. They went to big marriage class. And like, hey, listen, it's important that you guys abstain because you need to learn something about yourself as well as the person that you married.
Yeah.
Why don't nobody listen? Why is everybody still hitting it?
Man.
Why you can't stop hitting it?
No, you talking crazy.
I don't get it.
You talking crazy.
I don't get it. I do not get it.
I remember some other friends of ours, they went to a boot camp and they told everybody they were actually abstaining, and everybody looked at them like they was crazy. Like, what? Y'all doing what?
Well, I can't.
Y'all tripping.
I can't go 15 minutes.
You know, I gotta drive the car before I buy it and all this other type of stuff.
That's a worldly principle though that you drag. You can't drag that.
Right.
You can't drag your worldly principle into a Christian marriage counseling thing.
Yeah. And listen, there's so much life outside the bed. So much happens outside the bed.
You know what? You out of the bed way more.
Way more. And so I just don't know if premarital counseling, as I've seen it, just really touches on what it needs to touch on to accurately get you in the right frame of mind.
Okay, it's kind of like this. So when you buy a car, when you're a new driver,
mm-hmm.
you can read the manual and study the test and pass the test to drive.
Yeah.
But does that really get you ready for 75?
Right, 635 for all my Dallas people.
Did that really get you ready for hell, BJ?
Right.
It does not.
Right. Whatever highway in your city that test all your driving skills.
Especially when you know you freaking out, you get on the freeway, people not doing the speed limit. Nobody does 60. What is that? You doing 60 in a 45.
Right. I just don't think it captures what actually.
Yes, yeah, I think you're absolutely right.
What actually marriage is what you're gonna experience once that ring is on that finger. Everybody go home. You cross that threshold into y'all place, and y'all got to sit there and look at each other for the rest of your lives. Does it really put you in the frame of mind, the way that things could blow up anytime?
I think anytime you have two people trying to become one, there needs to be an extensive, I'm using quotation marks, I don't know if that helps, but it seems like it's important.
Yeah.
An extensive look into, hey, I got to give up half of myself and you got to give up half of yourself so we can be one whole.
You one whole. Yeah.
It's like, what? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I'm telling you.
Yeah.
The reason why, this is why marriage counseling, this is some of the things you need to get in marriage. You need to have an understanding of marriage counseling because there is going to be a funeral coming that never gets talked about.
Boy, it's coming. Because the things that blow up in marriages, they not mysterious. It's stuff that everybody sees and goes through in a marriage. So why do most premarital programs kind of give you a light pass through this territory?
Well, and because I think there is and you correct me if I'm wrong, but I just got this. So I think we think if I go talk to the pastor prior to getting married and I stay close enough to the church after I get married, we should be good.
You should be good.
Boy, when I tell you, from the time that man said, I now pronounce you, it was, let's get ready to rumble. Boy, me and my wife didn't fight. Now, me and Cheryl didn't go to marriage counseling, but we were saved. We were saved.
Sanctified. Filled with the Holy Ghost.
Filled with something. And we stayed in the church 25-8.
25-8.
We was in all right. Anytime there was some church, we assumed that was going to help our marriage. And and it did quite the opposite, actually.
Oh, wow.
It did quite that. Where they would say, y'all need to go home. Anytime we would fight at home, we would bring it to church. Which was every time we
and people do that. They try to bring the church and the referee.
Yes.
What's going on at the house?
Absolutely right. Absolutely.
Church got too much other stuff going on.
Absolutely right.
Too much other stuff.
Yeah, way too much stuff going on.
But think about the biggest first year conflicts. Work.
Why is the first year so hard? Why is the first year so hard?
You got work, family balance, because this is a transition. We talk about marriage is a death. We're going to get into the depths in a minute, but you got to understand that you are now into a new reality, right? What the work family balance going to be, the sexual frequency.
That part.
You talk about that. And that's how you talk about money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because people talk about the ideal when they talk to money, but the actual ain't being discussed all the time. And it's like, let's just go ahead, get through this formality, this little ritual, this little checkbox that we need to get through so we can move on to the actual wedding.
But you know why we don't take marriage counseling seriously? Because we assume the dating or the courting process is going to be what the marriage is going to be like.
Yeah.
So this is just a format. This is really a formality that we go through, and we treat it like that.
We do.
So if we treat it like a formality, does it really serve its purpose like it's supposed to? If we're not treating it like we're supposed, putting importance on it that we need to.
Yeah. See, most programs they just mentioning a topic rather than pressuring a topic. You need to pressure the topic. Not just kind of, you got this to look forward to and just move on. You got to put some pressure on that topic because you got to see how this person really reacts to certain things. Because you get in a marriage, you still kind of holding your values and how you grew up, and you bring your house in where you come from. They bring their house in where they come from, and although you may have met each other's families and all this type of stuff, it's a whole different reality. And so not pressuring the topic could be a problem.
Oh, it's gonna be a problem. It ain't could be. Let's
Pressure test.
See,
pressure test.
We don't put the right emphasis on what our marriage entails, how difficult marriage is.
Yeah,
you know, man. I think that we're as believers, sometimes we tend to give you the ESPN moments of marriage.
Yeah,
we don't give you we was down 3-1 and we had to fight our way back. We don't give you none of that. No, we just give you the parades and the highlights and the anniversaries. We don't give you when we at home fighting about the kids and the school calling, and we don't give you all that.
Yeah,
and we don't give you about your mama keep coming over every weekend and she in the kitchen cooking. We don't give you that.
Or every time she called, because she used to him being available. Every time she called, he got to run over there.
We ain't giving you that.
That's right.
That don't even come up in marriage. As a matter of fact,
it's not
even bring it up. You better not even bring it up, because if you do, you're gonna be worried about how she gonna deal with that.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, I got him on board. But she already got an idea that need to be addressed anyway. But neither y'all want any speed bumps or D2 signs in marriage counseling, so you don't bring it up.
Because it now becomes anything I have to do to prevent any threats to the wedding.
I mean, I'm trying to be married. I'm trying to be married by a certain time. You trying to mess this up. and I'm gonna tell you how I know this is correct. That woman got to the altar and said, I'm not going to say obey. I'm not going to say obey. And I'm not going to say through the tough times. I'm not going to say love and cherish through the tough. She said, I'm not going to say that. And I'm going to tell you something. You mean to tell me, because she said that in counseling.
Yeah.
And because the preacher wasn't surprised. I'm saying,
he was not surprised.
I'm like, wait a minute. You got to put a pause. Why didn't the pause go right there and say, we got to deal with this?
Yeah. I know y'all like, what is he talking about? So there was a video. This couple is at the altar. They are actually at the altar. And the pastor is taking the bride through her vows. And he got to the part that says, obey.
Love, honor, and obey.
Love, honor, and obey. And she paused and looked at.
I told you, Pastor, I wasn't saying it.
Right, and Pastor just shaking his head like, oh, here she goes.
How did it get her?
Trying to make it all cute.
How did it get her in front of everybody? Why wasn't this dealt with in the marriage counseling
and
thing?
All the married folks I know was watching like, y'all about to have some.
Y'all about to go through it. Because there's people that'll say it and you go through it.
Yeah.
And if you ain't gonna say it, you sure is gonna go through it.
Yeah. Like you said, how did that get to the altar?
And wasn't dissolved in marriage counseling.
Right. So that lets you know that things aren't transpiring in marriage counseling like they need to. We're not talking about the things we need to talk about. We're not really, like I said, pressure testing the relationship.
That's good, man. No, you absolutely.
I'm trying to think. What was it? Was it was some movie where it was a comedy where the guy kept doing some of these kids. He's like, he do some kind of throw them off. He's like, I'm just trying to see if you're ready. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to catch people and actually provoke emotions that they really gonna experience.
And we're not digging in the issues that we know they're gonna have. Because through the conversation, it'll come up about kids, mom, dad, or something comes up that through counseling, it's an issue, it's a red flag.
Oh man,
everybody in counseling, and we just kind of skating by there.
And brother, you said kill, especially if you got blended family.
All this,
you got it's so many caveats.
But I'm telling you, that's why I say if your marriage counseling don't take 3 to 6 months, I don't think it's being really effective. You say that's a long time. Listen, you can either spend 3 to 6 months prior to marriage, or you can spend 3 to 6 months after you done got married in counseling. Cause you going.
Some time gonna be spent.
We didn't go to marriage counseling before, and I almost got beat down when we went afterwards. It was like, Lord, I wish we had went prior.
Yeah, but let me say this, because we putting all this on the marriage counseling. Is it that the marriage counseling doesn't work, Or is it really that the people in there ain't really being real like they need to be?
Well, I would have to say it's the combination of both. But as we driving up to it, that because they don't know about the debts. They think that they get to pack up everything and all their feelings and emotions and think they get to drive all that, when we got to stop by the funeral parlor and drop off some things at the funeral parlor, and they don't understand it. Oh, no, you can't take that with you.
Yeah,
because the first thing they're gonna say is whoa, ain't nobody told me I couldn't bring all this.
Yeah, I don't think people consider the weight of what you stepping into.
No, they don't.
With a marriage,
they think it's gonna be some sex. and when
they hanging out, hanging out on vacations,
right? Because they think it's gonna be like the courtship. Nothing's gonna be better than the courtship unless you really. Now, me and my wife, who refuses to be named, we really enjoy each other's company, but we had to work to get to that. You don't just enjoy each other's company automatically. You got to work to get that part.
Yeah. And I don't care what nobody say, how long you been together. Y'all can even live together. Y'all can even live together. There is a difference than you married and actually being married. When that ring go on and you stand before everybody and you make them vows and make them commitments and all this, trust me, it changes the game.
When people say the honeymoon phase is over, they ain't just saying that. You get the listen, because what happens is something clicks in you and says, I don't have to be on my best behavior no more. I just want to be me. It's time that they see who I am.
Yeah.
I'm finna start farting. I'm finna start being annoying with the I'm finna start everything that I wasn't allowed.
Right.
You get to come backstage now and see who I am.
Right.
And vice versa.
Right. Because it's a difference when you know this person can still walk out the door versus something is actually holding them there. Whole different ball game. So we got the threat against the wedding that we weighing against years of actually being with somebody. We're talking about a covenant. We're talking about something that has tremendous weight, and you only take a workbook in 6 sessions to prepare for it.
That ain't even fair. It ain't really fair to put that kind of pressure on something that you're not willing to bring your all into. Because if that was the case, if it was as easy as that, then church would work.
Oh, now you're going there. Now you're going there.
Well, because if we're gonna be honest and bring everything in like we're supposed to, church will be enough to keep everybody in their place and make them do what they're supposed to. But clearly it's not.
And I tell people all the time, life would be a dream if everybody did what they were supposed to do.
I don't even like saying
that. But that ain't life.
That ain't what we're gonna do.
That ain't life.
Yeah.
You don't even understand what's driving the decisions this person is making, because you more concerned about who's showing up, how many people you on your guest list, and all this type of stuff. Now, I would say this. I think that people should go through premarital counseling. I mean, rigorous premarital counseling before they announce an engagement. I know my wife told me about Concord it's not a premarital counseling, but it's like a class.
Final steps or something. It's something.
Yes, dating, seriously dating towards marriage or something like that. That Concord Baptist Church down in Dallas, and they obviously put out information that makes you really think about it. And the fact that you go to the class kind of lends to the idea that you heading down that road. Now, if you need your engagement to be this huge, big surprise and all this type of stuff, then you probably focus on the wrong thing anyway. Because if you need to have your mind right first, because once you put out on social media, you show people the video and you show people your ring and, you know, ooh, child, he put a ring on, all this type of stuff. It takes on a different life. Now the wedding takes on a life of its own. And now you trying to weigh it against the real weighty decisions of a marriage, and you not giving it its just due. So when you sit down and you talk to the pastor, you talk to the counselor, the preacher, whoever you talk to, he asking you questions and you giving fluff answers because in your mind, I already started picking out dresses. Mm-hmm. I already got my bridesmaids and put them on notice. And what are we doing? What are we doing? So are we giving premarital counseling what it actually needs to work?
I don't think. No, we're not. Again, it's just a formality after we get the marriage license. It's just a format. It's just something we're trying to get because we're not even focused on this because you have to give it all of your focus and you can't because you trying to pick out bridesmaids, dresses, and all this. You gone. Yeah. We gotta put them blinders on you because you gone. Yeah. You gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gone. You gone.
Your eyes got to be wide open. And what is the honesty level? Are you honest with the person who's asking you how you feel about this person? Are you honest with them about the little stuff that really irritates you, but you ain't said nothing yet? Because listen, you gonna say something once you get married.
Oh yeah. Yeah, because that's gonna be every day.
Right. It's every day. This person is in your space, in your face.
Every day.
Every day. Every day. Ain't no, well, I'm about to go home. No.
No.
You home. Mm-hmm. You are home, people. So why not at least consider? Why not at least consider that part? Because listen, I'm going to tell you, that wedding day goes so fast.
Yeah. You're going to be exhausted anyway.
Right.
By the time you get done with it.
Right.
Yeah.
My wife constantly talks about how she don't remember who was there. And she say she blinked and it was gone. Mm-hmm. All that money for a blink. Mm-hmm. All that money for a blink. Mm-hmm. Now, some coaches, they even spend longer, but it still pales in comparison to how long you trying to be married.
Hmm. Wow. And which is good because if you want to be married for as long as your mom and dad, why would you not be willing to prepare to your preparation should be as long as you want to be married. You should start, you should be constantly preparing for marriage because man, listen.
I commend you for stepping in and having a conversation with he was your future son-in-law at the time, to say, hey man, I want you to be ready.
Because it's coming.
Right.
It's coming 24/7. Right. This attitude's coming at you 24/7. Her attitudes, like her mama, where you say something to her, she roll her eyes, and she get the little bit of thing, 5 foot, and just mad and mean. Like, we was on the phone the other day. And somebody said something. I said, well, you a little meanie anyway. And she couldn't start laughing because she knows she is. And I'm trying to get it. I'm like, hey man, this is
who you marry.
This who you marry. Get ready.
And how many dads out there have a conversation with the guy, not about what he's supposed to do, but what he prepared for? Are you prepared? Let me tell you about this daughter of mine.
But you know why I did that? Because I want you. Listen, too many times we use car sale our daughters.
Oh, break that down,
dude. I'm gonna go change the oil. I'm gonna spray the mold off. I'm gonna clean it up and make it look as pretty. And I'm gonna sell to you the appeal of the car, not how it sputters when you hit the gas. When you hit the when you hit the brake, it shakes a little bit.
I pull a little to the right,
and it's play in the steering wheel. You gotta cut. I'm not gonna tell you no that because I want you to. I want to sell this to you like it's a brand new off the assembly line car. So I can't give you the details about the car. Now, and what I don't want you to bring the car back to me. So I'm like, hey man, this is what you said it was. So I'm gonna tell you
a lemon.
I'm gonna tell you everything I can about this car to keep you bringing this car back.
Man,
I don't want
you done dug into something real quick. You done dug into something because I watched Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins he got these videos. I guess my algorithm just pulling up Tony Robbins. But he's dealing with these women who complain about their husbands and all this. He doesn't do this. And Tony Robbins is digging into him. And he said, your daddy treated you like the princess.
And you want your husband to do that.
So you never had to work for it. So how many dads are being real about who their daughters really are? Or are you trying to sell, like you said, you trying to sell a princess to this guy who has to take her on and live with her? Would you sell your wife at the same way?
Hey, because ain't nobody buying princesses.
No.
So you can't sell her as one.
No, you're right.
You selling the way she look.
You're right.
Because ain't nobody buying no princesses. Ain't nobody buying them.
No, ain't nobody getting them. And typically what you're dealing with, man, because a lot of times if you're talking about premarital counseling, you're talking about more of a church setting.
Yeah.
Not to say that people that don't go to church don't do premarital, but often it's typically the couple is in church or they're connected to somebody that's in church. But church settings, the counseling, it's like an unspoken job just to get you to the altar. And they do a bad job of evaluating whether you should even be at the altar or not.
And the crazy thing is, I dare to say, if you ask the people that are doing the pre-marriage counseling, I bet you they can tell. When you leave out, they can say, yeah, I get them 6 months. Yeah, I get them a year.
Think about that.
I know, because I know they know. I know they can tell some of the things that's going on in counseling.
But you know what else they can tell?
What's that?
Whether you're going to be honest with them or not. And if you're going to be too offended, if they actually be real with you. You've already given them something during the counseling to let them know, oh yeah, you just trying to get to the wedding. You ain't even, you know. So I just wonder how many pastors actually say, you know what, y'all ain't ready. I'm just gonna pull up.
But how many gonna stay in marriage counseling if you say, well, we got to talk about the four deaths first.
Yeah.
Before we can get to marriage thing, we got to talk about these first. Will some got to die?
Yeah.
Because ain't nobody willing. Everybody want Jesus. Don't nobody want to die.
Yeah. How prepared are you for the marriage? The wedding is just a formality. How prepared are you for the actual marriage? Now I know what everybody's saying. You know that, of course, we're supposed to prepare for the marriage and more than the wedding. And the problem is that's become so cliche that we just breeze through it and we don't give it its proper due, because that's the heavy thing. Because here's the thing you got to understand. Marriage is not a partnership. It's a death.
Oh, boy. Wait. Hold on.
It's a death.
I'm going to need you to like, share, and subscribe right there. And I'm going to need you to hit that again one more time for the people in the back.
Let me say this. Marriage is a partnership, but that's incomplete. And it's incomplete in a way that really sets us up for failure if we not really paying attention to what we need to think about. Because here's a reality. There's really 4 deaths. 4 deaths that happen or should happen before you get married. I know y'all ain't heard it before, right? But there's 4 deaths that should happen before you get married, right? The first death, that's a big one.
What's the first death?
The first death is the death of autonomy. Right. You so used to doing your own thing and calling your own shots. And I go where I want to go, do what I want to do. But now you got to run that by somebody else.
You have to consider somebody else with every decision that's made from then on.
Bruh.
You can't just get up and run to Popeye to get you a toothpaste and a pepper. You got to consider.
No, they got high blood pressure.
We're not talking about that. We're not talking about the blood pressure. I'm simply saying now you got to consider somebody else every time every time you do something.
Yeah, because y'all not roommates. This ain't. I got my food in the refrigerator. You got your food. No. Every decision. And here's the thing. I heard a pastor say one time. You can't push your marriage beyond your partner's pain points. It's not about what you can take.
It's about what they can do.
It's about what they can take.
Mm-hmm.
And if you just moving off you're gonna mess up something. So that autonomy where you just do what you want to do, now it's different. Yeah, it's different.
And you talking about loving somebody?
Oh,
you don't know you love somebody until you got to consider them in everything that you're doing.
In everything.
You can't sit down in front of the couch no more and watch TV without considering if they're gonna want to watch the same thing you watch.
You can't watch a show and they catch a glimpse of it, and then you go finish the show. Once they start watching this, y'all show y'all.
I'm gonna do you one better than that. We gotta have, it's me and Cheryl in the house.
Yeah.
We gotta have 7 TVs in the house. And we still have an issue with what we're gonna watch because we watch 2 TVs. And when she coming there with me, she says, you watching sports?
Listen, that's a whole new form of cheating. Watching a show that y'all supposed to watch together, dude, by yourself.
Dude, DTF is on right now. The second episode is out. I want to watch it so bad, but I gotta wait.
You gotta wait. You gotta wait.
Yeah,
you gotta wait.
Right.
But I know it's lighthearted, but this is a reality. That autonomy is now gone. And the second death you got to look forward to is the death of the idea of the perfect spouse.
Yeah, because I think everybody going to marriage thinking that they have the perfect mate. Now, they wasn't the perfect dating partner, but somehow through osmosis,
amen,
they the perfect wife,
amen, or
they the perfect husband.
Yeah.
And they just have a ring on their finger from being your boyfriend or your girlfriend, and they still the same.
Once you announce wedding or mention wedding, you notice how everything goes up. You can have a pen, but you say wedding pen, the price of it goes up 200%. You bring that attitude to the person you dating too. You not looking at the actual. You looking through this wedding lens, and you not really properly assessing. Because once that wedding lens is gone, now you see the flaws. Now you see all the imperfections. And here's the problem. The person in your head is not the same person that's in your bed.
Right there, like, share, and subscribe.
Because you had this idea of how your wife was going to do you in every way imaginable.
Let me stop right there. Marriage sex is different from dating sex. Dating sex is I'm sexing you trying to get you to the altar. Marriage sex is we here now.
And don't play like it don't happen.
We here now. Okay, now just
I'd like to eat.
Get you a little bit so we can both go to sleep.
But this is the reality. So this death is one a lot of people suffer from, because here's the problem. Now you go looking for that ideal. Problem is you married. This is where that 80-20 stuff comes in, because you still locked on this ideal, and based on this flawed lens that you're looking through, you're looking at this person like the ideal. But what's the reality? The reality is once you get with somebody, who they are, you start noticing a whole lot more than you did when you notice everything. You notice everything.
Yeah, and guess what? We's married now.
Yeah, we's married now. Yeah. And that's just the second death. We got two more. The third one is the death of unprocessed identity. Now you saying what's unprocessed identity? Who you are as an individual ceases to exist at this point. So whatever you hadn't done as an individual up to that point, it's over. It's over. Not to say that you won't go on and still accomplish things, but anything you accomplish from that point on is shared.
Yeah, exactly.
It's we.
Boy,
we made it. We did it.
And you know what? And you're right. It is comical and a lot of it is funny. But this is, when I tell y'all, this the truth. Yeah. This the truth. If you used to grandstanding and being by yourself and feeling the way, you're having to get all the credit, I'm telling you, you are in for a rude awakening because there's no more I.
Yeah.
I and me.
Yeah. Now, it's important to understand this. And this is for anybody who is maybe dating or headed that way. You dating and you thinking about getting married. Start thinking about what all you wanted to do before you actually got married. And see how realistic it is for you to hit a timeline. Wow. Because like I said, once y'all get married, it's us now. It's we. Ain't no, I. Like I said, anything you do, even as just an individual, it's accredited to both of y'all.
Where you going? How long you gonna be? When you coming back? You gotta answer to somebody. Most people not used to answering to somebody. Dude, should I take that job? Should I start that business? Man, remember what I said? Not just you no more.
You can't progress beyond your partner's pain point. You might be all ready to go. Babe, got this idea. Baby, we're gonna make it happen. And they like, well, I ain't seen nothing consistent about how you approach anything, so I don't know how I feel about this. You know what I'm saying? But that's the reality. You gotta take all of that into consideration now. So handle your business beforehand. If you want to be a certain person before you actually get in. Not to say you stop developing, but your development takes into consideration another person, another whole mind, another set of feelings, another set of emotions, and all of this besides you.
See, because contrary to what people say, and I was gonna say this after the last one, but this is why people get divorced. These deaths right here are the reason why people get divorced.
Yeah,
because people want to do them, and you can't do you in a marriage.
Yeah, and how many times have you heard people get married? I lost myself.
Oh, brother, all the time. Yeah, yes.
You were supposed to.
Yes. Yeah, but again, they didn't know that.
And it's really in the consideration. Are you considering that person? And I think most people look at that person as you stopped me from doing this. Well, if you had gone through the counseling, right? Because I looked at the statistics, they say 10 to 15% of people that go to premarital counseling actually, break up before they actually get married. Which would say that premarital counseling had a positive effect on them because they were able to see something wrong. Yeah.
Maybe we don't do this. We don't need to do this.
And my father-in-law used to say all the time, the best time to get divorced before you get married. Best time to get divorced. Right? So now we look at the fourth one. The fourth one is like the third one, but it's the death of independent purpose. The death of independent purpose. This is where that partnership stuff started creeping back in, because now it's what's best for us. It's what kind of legacy we want to leave, and all of this. The language changes.
And what makes this so important is because we are born with a selfish nature, and everything about marriage says somebody else.
Yeah.
So you have to fight your nature. Or you've been selfish since the time you were kids, when you didn't want people sharing your toys. Now you've grown and you got to share your space with somebody else. But you said that you love them though. And I tell you what, you're gonna find out whether you love them a lot. Because when somebody and I think that's why the first year is so difficult, man.
Oh man. Because that's when the rubber finally actually meets the road.
Yes. Absolutely.
I tell people, difference in theory and practice. You can have in your head all that you're gonna do. They say Mike Tyson had a saying, everybody got a plan till you get hit in the mouth. Guess what's gonna hit you in the mouth? That first year.
Yeah. Oh man. All at once. It don't give you a grace period.
Yeah.
It's coming all at once.
And listen, we're not trying to scare you, but we are. We want you to be cautious. We want you to be careful. Because when we talk about 4 deaths, death is a serious thing. And so if it's serious enough for you to consider all of this has to die, then maybe I need to really put some weight on the decisions that I'm making leading up to going to this altar.
And I can't, because we already pick bad. We do.
Man.
Our pick will be bad. Oh my God, we pick so bad. And because we pick bad, the least we can do is have things set up, fail safes in place that helps us pick, that helps our picker.
Yeah.
Because if just in case I pick wrong, let's go through counseling and let's talk about this funeral, the stuff they had to die.
Right.
So I can see where he is and he can see where I am, because I may have picked right.
Yeah. Okay. So the 4 deaths. First one, you got the death of autonomy. The second one, you got the death of the idea of the perfect spouse. The third one, you got the death of the unprocessed identity. And number 4, you got the death of independent purpose. Those are the 4 deaths. Now, if this is what nobody prepares for, now we got to really start to focus in on what type of person you have to be to accurately go through these deaths and choose covenant every day. So we're going to kind of give you a blueprint as to what that person looks like who can do this. And the first thing this person has to have is a capacity for surrender. Capacity for surrender is the first thing that you need if you're going to deal with these 4 deaths. Now, this capacity to surrender actually deals with that autonomy death, because you have to surrender to the idea that I'm part of a entity now. It's not just me. I'm part of an entity. So you got to have that capacity to surrender. And this is not about compatibility. It's about your ability to yield without resentment. It's letting the person have their way in the moment without you feeling like you losing. How accommodating can you be to that person? Second thing you need is you need honesty before projection. Honesty before projection. Now, this one deals with that idealized spouse, that idea of the perfect spouse. This one deals with that, because you got to dismantle that projection before you actually get into the marriage. Deal with it beforehand, get it out the way, because romance built on projection is mutual delusion.
Boy, now that's the word. Boy, we don't use enough.
Because you follow the name of somebody who is not the actual person.
Yeah,
that's delusion.
And you are delusional.
You miss it. You missing it. So you need that honesty before projection. Be honest and don't project. The third thing you need, and this is a huge one, you need to do a wound inventory.
Boy.
You need to do a wound inventory. And this is that unprocessed identity that you have to deal with. Because you got to be honest about the real wounds you have in your life. Because that person gonna touch them. They're gonna touch them at some point in time. And are you being honest about how you feel when that wound has been touched?
And nobody can touch your wounds like the person closest to you. They put on a red bottoms. And dance on them, bad. Be like, but and again, you have to be. There have to be communication to let them know what you're going through, and you have to know what you're going through. That's why when you single, that's when you're supposed to be trying to get fixed when you're single, because it's more difficult when you're with somebody.
Yeah. This is when you need to go to a therapist before you get married. Not a pastor, a therapist. Somebody who's trained to help you explore these wounds and help you actually deal with these wounds. Because it's some deep work. You trying to build yourself up so that you are actually ready for this marriage.
And you know what, right there, I gotta say this, and we have to stop spiritualizing everything. Everything don't need to be spiritualized. You got issues, and you need to go to a professional because you have issues that only a professional can help you with. God is great. He is so good, and he heard you cry. But some things God is telling you need to go talk to somebody.
Right. God is so good that he gave us therapists.
Yes.
To help us deal with
these
wounds. Because your childhood did a lot to shape who you are. And there were some wounds in your childhood, you drag that into the relationships. And no relationship is more exposing of wounds than a marriage. Because you exposed to that person all the time. They exposed to you. They see everything. So the fourth thing you need, we call it pillar, is you need that shared mission alignment. That shared mission alignment. And this answers that death of the independent purpose. This is the answer to that one. So we're not talking about, do you have similar goals? We're talking about blending the things that you're trying to do and see if you can come up with a shared mission. Your goals now become a contribution to something bigger. And can you come together and actually put something together that's going to really be greater than what you were probably going to do by yourself?
Yeah. You're right, boy. Boy, you better say that, boy.
We're Fabulous and Neo. I'm a movement by myself, but I'm a force when we together. So you actually get to explore how this person does make you better, how the attributes that they have actually enhances the dream or the mission. You really get to look at that. Instead of running out here trying to do everything by yourself and leaving that person behind. Because you're talking about resentment.
Yeah, for real. That's all you're going to get.
And you just kind of going along, just coasting along. But that duration without mission is cohabitation with a marriage label on it. You just cohabitating. What are you working on? What are you building together? What's the legacy going to be together? So those four things are what you need to handle those four deaths. To handle the four deaths, you need that capacity to surrender. You need that honesty before projection. You need that wound inventory. That's a serious one, that wound inventory. And you also need that shared mission alignment. Now, I hope y'all been paying that. We done dropped some.
Oh, yeah.
We done dropped some stuff on y'all tonight. And I hope you caught it, because we want people to get in marriage and do marriage successfully. And I'll even suggest to you, not just premarital, but postmarital, where you actually deal with the reality. You actually talk to somebody about the reality. You deal with what you thought it was going to be versus what you actually found out it was.
Oh, wow. Oh, I just love to hear some of those stories.
Oh, man.
Because we go into it. I think we go by what we do and we see on TV. We saw the Cosbys, we see shows, and we want to emulate those relationships by what we see on TV.
But you know what? The Cosbys, although for TV, it's amazing how mentally we don't even see that could actually be a reality.
No, true.
And the reason why it's not a reality is because we don't do this work that we're talking about beforehand.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all about, if you really desire a great marriage, what are you doing now to ensure that you will have it?
Because you're gonna have to work for it.
You're gonna have to work, and you need to know that when you hit these snags, that you're not crazy.
And that it don't mean that that's the end of the marriage.
Right.
It just means it's time for the work to start.
Because somebody can tell you, oh, child, oh, that? Oh, yeah, we went through that.
Yeah.
And you start to understand, okay, this goes along with the territory.
Yeah.
This is par for the course. And so you can step away from that ledge and you don't have to jump. But you do have to learn the proper things and the proper skills to actually get you to where you can actually have a good marriage and not waste all that money on that wedding, because it's wasted. A lot of times it's wasted.
Yeah, we want y'all to stay together, man. We want you to have, I think we perish because of lack of knowledge, and we trying to put y'all on game.
Trying to put you on game. Yep.
Jay-Z gave it to you for $9.99. We're gonna give it to you for free tonight.
Right. Give it to you for free. Well, man, I think we down to the ending.
So I got 99 problems. And marriage ain't one of them.
Marriage ain't one. What you want to leave the people with, man? What you want to leave them with?
All right. Well, my final thought for this evening is, man, I just want to encourage people. You know, this is not easy stuff, but I encourage you and say that it can be done, because you are crazy. Look at me when I tell you, because you are crazy and you gonna need some work. But if you do the work, I promise you'll get there. And all we ask is that the person that you with work as hard as you do, and this thing could work. And I'm out.
Now, when we started this off, we talked about a couple who, you know, they did all the right things, or at least went through the motions of the right things, and things still didn't work out the way they should have. And that's the difference between having information and going through formation. We're talking about going through formation. You have to be molded into this thing. You have to be molded into that husband identity, which is an identity. You have to be molded into that wife identity, which is an identity. But marriage is for husbands and wives. And so we have to see what all that entails and what that really means. As a man, who do I need to be? As a woman, who do you need to be? So that when we come together, we're building something. God, marriage is about covenant, and God takes covenant very seriously. The problem is we don't. There's a lot of reasons behind it, but the effects are still being felt all around us. So we just want to give you some information to possibly remedy some of this so that we can start building better families, better kids coming out of better families, better communities, and all this type of stuff, because that's what the world needs right now. And that's my final thought.
Wow, man.
Woo! Hey, man.
Wow.
Listen, we hope we help somebody tonight.
We're trying to help you now.
Trying to help you. That's what we're trying to do. But don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. We got some more coming for you. You don't want to miss the next show.
But you're right. We do got to.
You don't want to miss the next show.
Mm-hmm.
Next show, we starting to deal with, the in-laws, particularly mama.
Whew, what we're gonna do with mama?
What we gonna do with mama?
What we gonna do with mama? We're gonna switch them legs.
What we gonna do with mama? So don't miss it. Stick around for the next one. We're gonna catch y'all next time. Peace out.